Good morning, students. Today class we are going to apply the applications what we learned from till now, right? So in the last class what we said that the equations of a motion for a vertically projected body, right, means if a ball is thrown vertically upwards, the velocity is acting upwards and axis is acting downwards. So the velocity go on decreases and finally reaching its highest point, its velocity become 0. From there it falls to the ground because of what? Acceleration due to gravity, right? So let us do a problem based on that question. See, this we have seen everyday life, not a problem. A player throws a ball upward with u is equals to 29.4 meter per second. What is the direction of acceleration during upward motion? Let us take a ball. Throw the ball upwards. What happens? It moves upward direction. It is thrown with what velocity, ma? 29.4 meter per second. So here the velocity is moving upwards. So it is under what? Acceleration due to gravity, right? So this is acceleration due to gravity, that is acting downwards. So what is the question? First one, what is the acceleration of direction? So direction of acceleration during upward motion is what? Downwards. So the acceleration is acting downwards, that is it falling under acceleration due to gravity. Now second question, what are velocity and acceleration of the ball at the highest point of its motion? Now we throw the ball, right? It's more going upwards because acceleration is acting downwards, velocity go on decreases and at the highest point, what is velocity? 0. But at this point it has acceleration or not? Yes, that is acting downwards. So what are the velocity? Velocity at the highest point is 0 and acceleration is due to gravity, A is equals to G. Next, last question. To what height does the ball rise and after how long does the ball return to player's hands? So we derived the expression or not? To what height means what? The maximum distance traveled by the body when it is projected upwards, right? So what is the formula for maximum height? See here. H is equals to what we got? U square by 2g. U is initial velocity, g is acceleration due to gravity. After how much time? The time taken to come downwards is time of descent and total time of flight is what? 2u by g. If you know these formulas, that we can easily calculate. See here. To what height does the ball rise? Means the height reached by the ball. So height formula is now what? Height h is equals to u square by 2g. They given u equals to how much? 29.4 meter per second. And we know g is standard value, that is 9.8 meter per second square. Substituting these values, what do you get? H is equals to u square 29.4 into 29.4 divided by 2g. What is the value of g? 9.8. Okay. So if you calculate here 9.8 ones are 9.8 threes are. So just multiply 29.4 into 3 by 2, you get the height reached by the ball is what? 44.1 meters. So this is the value to calculate the height. Next, see the question clearly. After how long does the ball return to player's hands? Means what? When you throw a ball, it reaches to maximum height. So if they ask the question, what is the time taken to reach the maximum height, is called what? You should answer time of ascent. Ta is equals to u by g. What is the time taken to fall to the ground is called what? Again time of descent, that is also u by g. But here the question is what? After how long does the ball return to player's hands? Means if you throw a ball, it reaches the height and comes to the ground. So that is nothing but what? time of flight or not? Yes, the time taken by a ball returned to player's hand is equal to what? Is equal to time of flight. So what is the formula for time of flight? Time of ascent plus time of descent. So time of ascent plus time of descent is equals to 2u by g. What is u according to the question? 29.4 meter per second. So 2 into 29.4 by g is 9.8. 9.8 ones are 9.8 threes are 2 threes are 6 seconds. So after 6 seconds, the ball reaches to the player's hands. Okay, understood? Right. Can I go for the next question? Okay. Right. See the question? A car moving along a straight highway with a speed of 126 km per hour is brought to stop within a distance of 200 meters. What is the retardation of the car and how long does it take to stop? Beautiful question. What that? A car is moving on a straight road with a high speed, right? What is the speed? 126 km per hour. Suppose someone has came. So what you have to do? Some person has came in between them. We have to stop the car or not? Yes. Some obstacle came or traffic signal came. So we have to stop the car. If you can't stop the car suddenly, no. What they said that it by applying brakes, what happens? It travels some distance 200 meters. So after applying it is moving with speed. Suddenly apply the brake. Slowly it comes to rest. So after applying the brake to rest, it travels how much distance? 200 meters. What is the retardation of the car? Because the speed decreases from 126 to 0. And how long does it take to stop? Means the time taken to stop. Clear? Right. What are the given things, ma? Initially, the car is moving with a speed 126 kilometer per hour. So we should calculate time and distance is given in meters. So we should convert kilometer per hour to meter per second. How to convert? We know that, or already have discussed that 1 kilometer per hour is equal to how much? 5 by 18 meter per second. You just multiply here. 126 into 5 by 18 meter per second. 18 ones are 18 sevens are 7 fives are 35 meter per second. That is the initial velocity is brought to stop. Means finally it comes to rest or not? Yes, v is equals to 0. What is the distance travelled to come to rest? That is they given that stopping distance. What is the stopping distance, ma? 200 meters. The stopping distance is 200 meters. Now, in this question, they given u, v and s. What they asking? Retardation of the car and time taken. So, we have three formulas for kinematic equations of motion. What is that? V is equals to u plus at. S is equals to ut plus of at square. V square minus u square is equals to 2as. So, here they given u, v, s and asking a. So, here t is there. So, we cannot use this one. Here s is there, t is there and a is there. Three unknowns we can't find. Now, see this equation. This exactly what the equation required or not? V square minus u square equals to 2a. Yes. Can we take this one? Yes. From kinematic equations of motion, what is the equation we have to consider? V square minus u square is equals to 2as. What is V, Kano? Final velocity is 0. 0 minus u square. What is u? 35 square is equals to 2a s. What is s? 200. Okay. Now substitute the values. Already substitute the values. A is equals to, this can be written as minus 35 into 35 by 2 into 200. 5 7s are 5 40s are, right? 5 4s are 20. Again 5 7s are 5 8s are. So we get 7 7s are 49 by 2 8s are 16. So this value we got as minus 3 point. So how much we get? Give the answer. 49 by 16, right? So minus 3.06 meter per second square. Here minus represented what? Retardation. So what is the retardation we got? A is equals to minus 3.06 meter per second square. Okay. What is the retardation of the car? We calculate. Next, what is what? How long does it take to stop? Means to come to rest, how much time taken? We have to calculate what? T. So first equation, V is equals to U plus CAT. S is equals to UT plus half it. You can take any equation. So here T and T square is there. Here directly T is there. So you can go V, you know, U already given. A we find out. T can't calculate, right? Yes. So from the equation, V is equals to U plus AT. What is V? 0. U is 35. A is minus 3.06 into T. That implies, I want T, right? 3.06 into T is equals to 35. T is equals to 35 by 3.06. That is equals to how much? 11.4 seconds. So the time taken to stop is 11.4 seconds, and the acceleration or retardation of the car is what? Minus 3.06 meter per second square. So this is the way to calculate retardation and time taken. And considering the conditions of equations which we have to apply, we should know. So I can write directly here, but you should think which equation we have to substitute. Okay. Next question. This is very important question. Two trains A and B of length 400 meters each are moving on two parallel tracks with uniform speed of 72 km per hour in same direction, with A ahead of B. So they said that there are two trains each having length 400 meters are moving on two parallel tracks with uniform speed of 72 km per hour in same direction, with A ahead of B. Means A is moving forward to B. The driver of B decides to overtake A and accelerates by 1 meter per second square. After 50 seconds, the god of B just brushes past the driver of A. What was the original distance between them? So two trains are moving. Let us assume that two parallel tracks. So this is assume that train A. Okay, the length of this train is 400 meters, right? And both are moving with uniform speed. What is that? 72 km per hour. Initially B is backward. This was the original distance. Okay na? Actual distance. This length is also how much? Length of B also 400 meters. Now both are moving with uniform speed. So what? A is ahead of B. B decides to overtake A. So we have to overtake means what we'll do? We should accelerate, right? Yes, we should accelerate. First, length of A, length of train B is equal to how much? 400 meters. Both are moving with same speed. What is that? 72 km per hour. We have to convert into meter per second. That is multiplying with 5 by 18. 18 ones are 18 fours are how much? 20 meter per second. So initially train A is moving with uniform speed, means a body moving with uniform speed, acceleration is 0. It keep on with moving with 72 km per hour or 20 meter per second. But B decides to overtake, so he accelerates the train by 1 meter per second square after time t. How much time? 50 seconds. The guard of B passed the driver of A. Okay. Now, let us see how much distance travelled in these 50 seconds by A and B. Distance travelled by A. What is the formula for distance travelled? Yes, A is equals to ut plus of at square, right? Ut means initial velocity of A, time taken, acceleration of A. Here, what is UA? 20 meter per second. Substitute that one. Yes, A is equals to 20. How much time we are calculating? 50 seconds plus. Since train A is moving with uniform speed, acceleration is 0. A is 0. This is 50 0 square. Total time becomes 0. 2 5s are 10. 2 zeros are there. So the distance travelled by train A in 50 seconds, how much? 1000 meters. Next one, distance travelled by B. What is the distance travelled by B? Yes, B is equals to UB into T plus of AB into T square. What is UB? 20. Time taken is 50 plus of acceleration of A is how much? B is how much? 1 into 50 square. So now 20 into 50 is 1000 plus of into 1 into 2500. You calculate that, what you get? 2250 meters. So distance travelled in 50 seconds is 1000 meters, distance travelled in 20 seconds is 2050 meters. So actual distance formula is what? The separation of these two, right? X is equals to SB minus SA. But actually here we should consider this is not a car or a bike to neglect the length. So this train length is 400 meters and this train length is 400 meters. Here the guard crossed the driver of A, means this end is come to here. So it has to travel this length as well as this length. Means the guard of B passed the driver of B's modma. This has to travel this length and as well as this length. So we should consider length of B and length of A, that is minus LB minus LA. That is the mistake you should not do. Okay. So what is the train distance travelled by B? 2250 meters minus 1000. Length of B is 400, length of A also 400. If we subtract, so the actual distance between the two trains is what? 450 meters. If the same case as for a bike or a bus or anything, compared to the distance travelled, the length is very less. But here the train length should consider. Okay, that mistake should not do. Clear, ma? Yes. Next, this question is a very beautiful question which explains what is the difference between average speed and velocity by a problematic way. Let's see. A man walks on a straight road from his home to market 2.5 kilometers with a speed 5 km per hour. Finding market closed, he instantly turns and walks back home with a speed of 7.5 km per hour. What is the magnitude of average speed and average velocity over the time interval of 0 to 30 minutes, 0 to 50 minutes and 0 to 40 minutes? See, you only, let us, a work given by your parents to go and market and bring some vegetables. What you done? You went to a market from your home. How much distance from your home to market? 2.5 kilometers. You walk with a speed of 5 km per hour. You went. But you are bad luck. due to corona or some lockdown, what happens? The market is closed. You return back to home with a speed of 7.5 kilometer per hour. Now, what is the magnitude of average speed and average velocity over a time interval of 0 to 30 minutes, 0 to 40 minutes and 0 to 50 minutes? Let us take the condition. Assume that this is your home O and this is market M. So first what you done? You went from home to market. So the distance between market to home is how much? 2.5 kilometers. While going to market, you went with a speed of 5 kilometer per hour. You reach the market, their market is closed, you instantly turn back and move towards home with a speed of 7.5 kilometer per hour. Now, they are asking your speed and velocity over a time interval of 30 minutes, 50 minutes and 40 minutes. Let us take that. Time taken by you to reach market. Time taken to reach market. T1 is equals to distance by velocity, S by V1. What is the distance? 2.5 kilometers by how much speed you went to market? 5 km per hour. 2.5 is 2. So what do you get, ma? Half an hour, nothing but 30 minutes. Next, time taken to reach home. T2 is equals to, you travel same distance, that is 2.5 kilometers by you move with very speed, that is high speed 7.5 kilometer per hour. 2.5 is 2.3. So 1/3 hour, nothing but 20 minutes. So to reach market you take time half an hour and to come back to home 20 minutes. Okay na? So first question what? 30 minutes. So in a time interval 0 to 30 minutes. So after half an hour from your journey, when you started from home, after half an hour where you are? You are at market. So when you are at market, what is your speed and what is your average velocity? The question. Okay na? Average speed is equals to what, ma? Total distance travelled by total time taken. So for half an hour, how much distance you travelled? You travelled from O to M and time taken is T1. Means according to the question, how much time taken? 30 minutes. What the distance travelled by you? 2.5 kilometers. Time taken is 30 minutes. You should convert into hours. That is half an hour. So you get average speed is how much? 5 kilometer per hour. What about average velocity? Average velocity is equals to total displacement by total time. In the first half an hour, where you are? M only, right? So displacement is also same. Initial point to final point is OM by time taken 2.5 kilometers. Time taken is half an hour. So average velocity also same. So in the first time interval means when you are at market after half an hour, your average speed and average velocity is same. Okay. Next question is what? 0 to 50 minutes, ma. 0 to 50 minutes. So to move from home to market 30 minutes, market to home 20 minutes. So after 50 minutes, your initial point and final point is same. Means you traveled a distance from home to market as well as market to home. Let's see what is its average speed and average velocity. Average speed is equals to same total distance travelled, right? So here what is the question? Time taken is what? 0 to 50 minutes. In 50 minutes you travel from where to where? Home to market plus market to home by time taken. Home to market how much distance, ma? 2.5. Market to home 2.5. Time taken 50 minutes. You should convert into hours. 50 by 60. 0, 0 cancel, right? 2.5 plus 2.5. 5 by 5 by 6. 5, 5 cancel. How much you got? Your average speed is 6 km per hour. What about average velocity? Total displacement after 50 minutes you are again at home, means initial point and final point are same, O2m and minus m2o. So 2.5 minus 2.5 by 50 by 60. So average velocity is 0. Why? After 50 minutes you are at home. So initial point and final point are same. Displacement is 0. Velocity also 0. Last question. 0 to 40 minutes. Now see here. First 30 minutes 0 to m. How much time taken? 30, means you are at m. Next, home to market, how much time taken? 20 minutes. Now 40 minutes means what? You reach from O to m 30, m to O 20, means off, means exactly at the midpoint, right? Let us take that is n. Means after 40 minutes you are at n. You are at n. So average speed is equals to, you travel from O to m plus m to n by t. Now say here, O to m, how much distance? 2.5 kilometers. M to n, exactly midway, means half of the distance. So 2.5 by 2. So how much you get? 1.25 kilometers. And O to n also 1.25 kilometers. So we can write this as 2.5 plus 1.25 by time taken is 40 minutes. So 40 by 60. So what do you get? 3.75 by 4 by 6. 2 2s are, 2 3s are. So here 3.75 into reciprocal 3 by 2. So 3 5s are 15, 3 7s are 21, means 22 point, 3 3s are 9, 11.25 by 2, 5.625. So the average speed is how much? 5.625 km per hour. Last one is average velocity. So average velocity is displacement, right? So initially you are at O. After 40 minutes you are at n. So what is the displacement? The shortest distance between initial point and final point. Initial point is O. Final point is n. So average velocity is equal to what? On by t. What is On? 1.25 kilometers by time taken is 40 by 60 to 3. So to get 1.25 into 3 by 2. 3.75 by 2, nothing but 2 1s are 2. So how much you get? 1.875 kilometer per hour. So the same question you can observe that how the average speed and average velocity differs in each and every cases. So it is important that you should know the basic. What is average speed? The total distance travelled by total time taken. What is average velocity? Total displacement. See, for that after 30 minutes, both, so distance and displacement are same. So you got average speed is equal to average velocity. After 50 minutes, he travelled a distance of O to m plus m to O. How much distance travelled? 5 kilometers. But displacement is 0. Why? Its initial point and final point are same. After 40 minutes, he is at n. So the distance travelled is O to m and m to n. But displacement is what? O to n. So this is the way to understood the concept of average speed and average velocity by using this problem. Okay, this question is very, very important for board exam. A sure question for 5 marks. Okay? Go through the concept clearly, you can easily understand the problem. Right. Thank you.